Right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the time you guys been waiting for. I have legendary AVIANCE Milan. Say what's up, AVIANCE.
What's up, everybody? How you doing?
How is it out there? How's it going?
It's going good. I can't complain. It's nice and sunny.
All right. We have a legend in the building, a new way legend. Ladies and gentlemen, real quick, for those who don't know, and the children and the new generation, AVIANCE, please let everybody know who you are, what you do.
Okay, well, my name is AVIANCE Milan. I'm the Prince of the House of Milan and the overall father of the European chapter of the House of Milan. And my category I'm known for is New Labels. Yeah.
How's the weather out there, Sweden?
Right now it's +7 Celsius, so I'm assuming like 44 degrees.
I know that's
45-ish.
Right. I know that's right. It's cold. Got your labels on?
It's nice. It's okay.
I know that's right. All right. Let's go.
You know I do.
Let's go. Let's go into. Tell us a little bit about how you came out. Well, before that, how was it growing up in your house? Being AVIANCE.
Growing up in my house I was very lucky and blessed to have a good mother and father that accepted me, and I had no worries. I didn't need anything, so I was good when it came to that.
Wow, because a lot of kids are not fortunate, enough.
Yeah.
Some of the kids are runaways. Some of the kids get neglected by the family and stuff like that. So, that's what's up.
Well, I think that I just think that it's not that the parents don't accept the children. I think it's just the parents are afraid of what society thinks or what could happen to them. My best advice is for the new kids or younger children to educate their parents on what they do.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's what I did with my mom, and that's what I did. Yeah.
And how was it, at school and stuff like that? Was it different? Was it better? Was it easier? Was it harder?
Going to school, I had no problems. Everybody knew who I was. I was comfortable saying that I was gay, and they accepted me for that. So I didn't have a tough time in junior high school or elementary school or nothing like that.
Okay,
and I have the yearbook to prove it.
I know that's right. All right, we need to get into that yearbook. Yes. Will you be posting some pictures? Nice. Tell us a little bit about how you came out as gay or bisexual.
My mother had went on vacation one summer, and the first people that introduced me to Vogue, I always knew since I was young, but as far as my sexuality, I told my mother when I was 12.
Wow. That's cool. And how did she react?
I was 12 years old.
Wow. Was she happy? Did she say she knew? Was she ecstatic? Was she upset or what?
She didn't. She was accepting about it. She just wanted me to just make the right choices.
Okay, very supportive.
No, she was supportive. She just wanted me to make the right choices in life.
Word. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. And how did you know? How did you know you were gay?
Since young. I remember even being 5 years old. I just always knew.
Okay. All right. Tell us about...
for some people it's a choice. For some people are born like that.
Right. Yeah. Some people it's true. Some people make the decision, and some people are born that way. It depends how early.
Exactly. My first what?
Your first clubs. Tell us about your first clubs in New York that you went
My
to.
first ball in New York was the House of Leviticus ball.
All right. When was that? Do you remember?
Oh, the first club I ever went to was Red Zone.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think it was like 1990, ending of 90,
Word.
beginning of 91.
That was the late red zone. Going into the black zone.
Right. It was just so crazy because I was so young, being able to go in there. And I remember seeing like the House of Magnifique and Princess and all of them in there.
Word.
So it was
Shout out to
crazy.
Princess and House of Magnifique. Yes, and who were the first people that you
Yes.
met in the club, in Red Zone?
Oh, well, you know, that goes back to the history of how I got introduced to Vogue, because before I got to the clubs, I was introduced to Vogue, and then that's how the whole club thing came about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so maybe we can talk about that.
So tell us about how you came into Vogue and the ballroom scene.
Okay, well, I was first introduced to Vogue in 1990 by Kevin Magnifique Milan, may he rest in peace. That was the first person who introduced me to that.
Wow, shout out, rest in peace.
And Victor Bahapati Extravaganza
Yeah.
were the first ones to introduce me to that world.
Living for the Bahamas.
To the voguing world. They introduced me to the dance itself.
Word. How did you?
They didn't introduce me to ballroom. They introduced me.
What went through your mind when you first was introduced to Vogue?
I was just mesmerized.
Wow.
There's no other word. There's no other words to say. I was just mesmerized.
Okay. And who
Yeah.
exactly inspired were the first people that you see voguing that inspired you to vogue?
I would have to say Kevin Milan and Damien Revlon.
Word.
So he was an extraordinaire at that time. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, did you start off voguing with New Wave performance?
Yes, but it wasn't my first category.
Okay. What was your first category?
My first category was babyface. I used to work babyface.
All right. And what are some of the other categories that were popular at that time?
I would say Designer's Delight. I would say Performance as a House. Labels as a House. Yeah, I would say that, and Vogue, of course.
Oh wow! What categories have you walked during your ballroom career?
I've walked Face. I've walked Vogue Femme. I've walked Vogue Femme in Palms. I've walked New Way. I've walked Old Way, and I've also walked Labels as a House with the House of Milan.
All right. Now, you're a master of stretch and gymnastics, no?
Well, I would say more stretch because I think the kids confuse Vogue New Way with gymnastics, and it's really not. It's just a little added element, in my opinion.
I know that's right. And how often do you stretch?
Nowadays, I usually stretch maybe like 2 or 3 times a week or something like that, maybe less, if I'm not lazy.
In the beginning, back then, how about when you first started?
Oh, back then it was like every day. I was like addicted.
I know that's right. Yes. And
Yeah, I was addicted, and I was very determined.
What other forms of exercises did you practice or do to prepare?
Yoga. I had a scholarship to Alvin Ailey for a year, and I did ballet, but it was too much discipline for me at that time, so I bowed out gracefully. So yeah.
All right, Alvin Ailey, that's an iconic dance school. How did you get the scholarship for that?
Yeah, well, I got it through my high school actually. The principal of my high school, Harvey Mook High School, I attended to. They said they saw something in me, and they wrote Alvin Ailey, and they had an interview with me, and I showed them what I can do, and they gave me the scholarship.
All right. Now you mentioned Harvey Milk. That was HMI, Hedrick Martin Institute.
Yeah.
Man. When did you discover Hedrick Martin?
Well, I discovered Hedrick Martin when I went to LaGuardia. I went to LaGuardia at first,
I know that's right.
but then I got into an altercation, so I had to leave the school. Me and the other person involved.
Scandals. Yes,
So, yeah, it was scandals. So, nothing crazy. So,
they gave it to me, and I served them, and I stood up for my rights, and I had to pump to a scholarship. I went to Syracuse, to Pure Meadows Dance School. But it's not about me; it's about you, right now.
no, it's
I
all
don't go as far as
good.
you did, though. Okay, you took it to a whole better level, honey. Trust. Okay.
Thank you.
Now, have you walked in any other states outside of New York? Because of course we.
Yes, I have actually. I've walked in Atlanta. I've walked in Philly. I've walked in New Jersey. I've walked in Detroit. I've walked in Baltimore. And I think that's about it.
Wow.
That I can remember.
That's a lot. That's a lot of states. That's a lot of major states. That must have been heavy, on you. Was it stressful? Was it a breeze? Was it easy for you?
I think it was a bit stressful. I think at that time because at that time I was battling people that I looked up to before I even knew how to vote. So yeah, it was a lot of stress for me.
Wow. Were you confident or were you nervous? Did you have to plan strategy?
I was very nervous, to be honest. I was very nervous. But I mean, I just went with my gut, and I just thought, as long as I did my best, that's all that really mattered to me.
I know that's right. All right. What other houses have you been in before you were a Milan?
Okay, well, the first house I was ever in, and this was the house that brought me to ballroom, was the House of Lemoore.
Word.
And Cesar Valentino was the father, and Mink Extravaganza was the mother at that time.
All right. Shout out to Cesar.
So, yeah, and to Mink. Yeah, Mink Extravaganza as well. So they were the ones that introduced me to the ballroom scene and helped mold me and, prepare me for that world.
Wow. All right. And what other houses have you been in besides after that?
Well, the House of Lemoore, I was a member for 2 years, and then the house closed down, and they all went to different houses, and then that's when I became an Infinity.
All right. Wait. Before we talk about Infinity, what did you walk when you was a Lemoore?
I walked Phase and Virgin Vogue.
I know that's right. Yeah. And how many trophies did you win?
As a Lemoore?
Yes.
About 4 or 5.
Wow. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, you became
I was so
Infinity.
young. Yeah, because the House of Lemoore closed down, and everybody went different routes and made different choices. And I discovered the House of Infinity, or they discovered me. We discovered each other.
Word.
And I was in Infinity for about 4 or 5 years, and I was the baby of the house. And I think that's where I really kind of started my Vogue conquest.
I know that's right. Woo. Now, were you the only New Wave child in the House of Infinity?
No.
Did you
There was me. Yes, I did.
Okay.
It was always Vogue after that, and some Vogue Femme, but that came later. There was Daniel Lugo, who was in Infinity as well. There was Robert. There was Demetrius Infinity. So there was Cleoditis Infinity. There was a bunch of us that walked anyway. We were like the other House of Extravaganza because we were Latin.
Wow. Yes. Now, how many balls have you walked as Infinity, and how many trophies have you won?
Oof, I can't really remember.